Welcome everybody to break 17248. This is our 24-25 extended 12 box case team random number 4. All right, 32 participants in this break. Dante, Fat 6899, Aaron Bruins 37, Kiefer 10, Big Pappy, Seanlin, Aaron, Frederick, Wakita, Redfire Bruins 37, Carl, Andrew, Wakita, Brad, Robert, Scott, Kyle, Daniel, John, Frederick, John, Darcy 44, Robert Pasta 88, Bruins 37, Sylvain, Rocky Raccoon, Noel, Darcy 44, and Dante. All right, Dante at the top, Dante at the bottom. Dante at the top, Dante at the bottom. Here we go 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. John down to Big Pappy. John down to Big Pappy. Grabbing our teams Anaheim down through to Winnipeg. Anaheim down through to Winnipeg 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Toronto down to Arizona, Utah. Toronto down to Arizona, Utah. Here we go. John M with Toronto, Bruins 37 the Rangers, Daniel with Calgary, Sylvain with the Islanders, Aaron with St. Louis, Rocky Raccoon with San Jose, Brad Dallas, Sean Lim with Detroit, Wakita with Columbus, Redfire Pittsburgh, Robert with Tampa, Fat 6899 with Montreal, Dante with Winnipeg, Frederick with Florida, Andrew Los Angeles, Carl Carolina, Frederick Philadelphia, Scott Vancouver, Pasta 88 Washington, Darcy 44 Ottawa, Wakita with Chicago, John F with Boston, Noel with Buffalo, Kiefer with Anaheim, Kyle with Colorado, Bruins 37 with Minnesota and Edmonton, Darcy 44 New Jersey, Dante with Vegas, Robert Nashville, Aaron Seattle, and Big Pappy with the Arizona Utah. All right, couple minutes for trades. Calgary up for trade Tampa, Florida. All kinds of trade talk. Give me another couple minutes there. There's a bit of trade chatter. High demand, those Panthers. $30 seconds, guys. All right, last call. Here we go. Good luck. Yeah, we'll have to watch. Watch for that. See how it would have gone. Oh. All right, Maverick Bork, Reflections, Dallas, Silver Skates for the Ottawa Senators, Brady Chuck, and Canvas of Steven Stamkos, Nashville. Black and White Young Gun Canvas Checklist, Celebrini and Michkov. Nice one. Random at the end. San Jose, Philadelphia. Yes, Bervalstead first draft and Beehive of Michkov, rookie. Future Impact, Jack Eichel for Vegas, Pros and Prospects, Maverick Bork, Dallas, and Logan Thompson, Canvas. Beehive Gold of Josh Morrissey for the Winnipeg Jets. Ty Fellhaber for Colorado Young Gun. Dazzlers of Denton Matchuk. Columbus. Rookie Reflections of Seamus Casey for New Jersey. Nathan Legary. Young Guns for New Jersey. Eric Carlson Outburst for Pittsburgh. Rookie Reflections, Maverick Bork for Dallas. Oracles of Elias Pettersson for the Vancouver Canucks. And Lucas Raymond Encore for Detroit. Reflections of Bradley Nadeau for Carolina. Future Impact Katagoche and Jacob Markstrom. Future Impact Moritz Seider out of 333 for Detroit, gold. Yuri Inala, Colorado Young Guns, Pros and Prospects for Seattle of Jared McCann. Rookie Reflections, Lane Hudson for Montreal, Nikita Kucherov Oracles for Tampa, Pros and Prospects Jack Hughes, New Jersey. Deluxe Checklist out of 250 of Charlie McAvoy and Moritz Seider, random between Boston and Detroit. Katagoche, Philadelphia first draft, and Beehive Sebastian Aho, Carolina. Rookie Reflections, Nolan Allen for Chicago, Bo Horvat Encore, and Nino Niederreiter, Canvas, and Final Packs box number 1. Silver Skates, Noah Dobson for the Islanders, Nathan Klerman. Young Guns for Pittsburgh, Leon Draisaitl Encore. Box number 2. Zachary Bolduc Reflections for St. Louis, Silver Skates of Mika Zibanejad and Brendan Gallagher Canvas, Montreal. Tomas Hertl, Black and White Canvas for the Golden Knights. Young Gun Checklist of Jonathan Lekeramaki and Will Smith, Vancouver and San Jose random. Macklin Celebrini Encore for San Jose. Pros and Prospects Gold for the Anaheim Ducks, Olin Zellweger, Liam Ogren, first draft for Minnesota, and Kirill Kaprizov Dazzlers. Future Impact Will Smith for San Jose of Guinea Malkin Beehive, and Young Gun Canvas of Alish Stetska. Young Guns for Seattle Canvas. Matt Rempe, Reflections for the Rangers, Silver Skates Rupe Hintz, and yet Jesper Bratt. Rookie Reflections, Olen Zellweger for Anaheim, Jonathan Lekkerimäki, first draft for Vancouver, and Josh Manson. Outburst. Fedor Svechkov, out of 500, Reflections Red for Nashville, Zachary Bolduc first draft, and Jason Robertson. Future Impact Philip Forsberg for Nashville, Jesper Wallstedt, Oracles for Minnesota, and Tim Stutz, Le Beehive. Silver Skates, Mark Stone, Vegas, Robert Thomas, Oracles for St. Louis, and Pros and Prospects, Brendan Brisson for Vegas. Rookie Reflections, Brendan Brisson for Vegas, Ty Fellhaber, Young Guns Colorado, and Denton Matchuk, Pros and Prospects for Columbus. Michael Amadio, Deluxe out of 250 for Ottawa, Jonathan Lekkerimäki. Vancouver Young Guns, Encore Quinn Hughes, Vancouver. I was surprised too, actually, when I was going through the checklist that they weren't on there. Future Impact, Elias Pettersson. Pros and Prospects, Olen Zellweger, and Shea Theodore Canvas. It was one of the first things I noticed when we did I just did a box initially, and there were no retros in there. I'm sure there was a good reason for it. I'm not sure what that was, but. All right, Lane Hudson, Reflections for Montreal, Future Impact, Moritz Seider, Detroit, All-Star Skills Canvas, Igor Shesterkin for the New York Rangers. Thomas Harley, Black and White Canvas, Logan Mailloux, First Draft Montreal, Jonathan Lekkerimäki, Beehive for Vancouver. Rookie Reflections, Matt Rempe for the Rangers, Prospects, Pros and Prospects, I guess he'd be a pro now. Connor McDavid, Braden McNabb. Gold Beehive, Alex Ovechkin for Washington, Connor Geekie, First Draft Arizona, and Kirill Marchenko Dazzlers. Silver Skates of Nazem Kadri, Jakub Dobish, Young Guns for Montreal, and Jeff Skinner, Outburst for Edmonton. Silver Skates, Connor Bedard for Chicago, Clayton Keller, Oracles, and Pros and Prospects of Josh Doan, Utah. Konagiki Dazzlers, Purple. And Fedor Svechkov, Young Guns for Nashville, and Rasmus Dahlin, Encore. Konagiki, Reflections for Tampa, Future Impact, Anze Kopitar, John Tavares, Canvas, Toronto. Adam Fox, set of 100, exclusive for the Rangers. Rutger McGroarty, first draft for the Jets. And Connor Bedard, Beehive, Chicago. Rookie reflections of Zach Dean for St. Louis. Leon Bischel. Pros and prospects for Dallas. And Mark Scheifele canvas. Rookie reflections of Liam Ogren, Minnesota. Travis Konechny, Philadelphia Oracles. And pros of Roman Josi. And final pack, box number 3. Silver Skates, Owen Power for Buffalo. Denton Matachuk, Young Guns for Columbus. And Jonathan Lekkerimäki. Encore. Box number 4. All right, Josh Doan, reflections for Utah, future impact Nikita Kucherov and Colton Parayko. Morgan Barron, clear cut for Winnipeg. Sebastian Casa, first draft for the Detroit Red Wings, and Alex Ovechkin behind. Silver Skates, Sidney Crosby for Pittsburgh. Trent Miner, Young Guns for Colorado. Christian Dvorak, Outburst Montreal. Logan Mailloux, Rookie Reflections. Pros and Prospects of Michkov for Philadelphia. And Brandon Saad canvas. Future Impact Connor McDavid for Edmonton. David Pastrnak, Oracles for Boston. Travis Konechny, Encore. Logan Mailloux, Reflections for Montreal. Rookie Reflections, Bradley Nadeau for Carolina. Young Gun canvas of R2 Heary for Dallas. All-Star Skills variation of Matthew Barzal for the Islanders. Frank Nazar, Chicago first draft, and Josh Morrissey Beehive. Prospects Gold of Jonathan Lekkerimäki for Vancouver. Yuri Inala, Young Guns for Colorado, and Leon Draisaitl, Edmonton Dazzlers. Rookie Reflections out of 100. Gold of Callum Ritchie for the Colorado Avalanche. Adam Wilsby, Young Guns for Nashville. And Pros and Prospects, Will Smith for San Jose. Silver Skates, Adam Fantilli for Columbus. Encore Cutter Gauthier, Chris Letang canvas. Rookie Reflections of Jonathan Lekkerimäki. Cole Caulfield Oracles, and Prospects of Jonathan Lekkerimäki. He seems to be everywhere now. Silver Skates of Logan Stankoven and Fabian Lysel. Young Guns for Boston, and Sidney Crosby Encore. Reflections of Will Smith for San Jose. Rookie Reflections, Jesper Wallstedt, Minnesota. Artemi Panarin for the Rangers. Oracles, Jonathan Huberdeau for Calgary. Owen Pickering, Young Guns for Pittsburgh. And Tyler Toffoli, San Jose. Encore. Future Impact, Clayton Keller, Utah. Fedor Svechkov Svechkov for Nashville, first draft, and Michael Amadio, Outburst. Rookie Reflections, Macklin Celebrini for San Jose, Connor Bedard, Oracles for Chicago, and Pros and Prospects of Mikko Rantanen, Colorado. Michkov Reflections for Philadelphia, Zach Hyman, Silver Skates, and Yuri Inala, Young Guns Canvas for Colorado. Number 300, Jonathan Lekkerimäki, Purple Reflections for Vancouver, Will Smith, first draft, and Beehive of Tage Thompson. Silver Skates, Michkov for Philadelphia, Chris Kreider, Beehive. Canvas of Josh Norris for Ottawa. We have a Young Gun Acetate of Samuel Hellenius for the LA Kings. Young Gun Acetate. I said for LA. Young Gun Acetate. And we have Helga Granz. Young Guns for Philadelphia, and Encore Nathan McKinnon. Future Impact Macklin Celebrini. Nick Suzuki Pros and Colorado and Ottawa Random. McKinnon and Kachuk. Encore Gold, Travis Konechny, Philadelphia. Maverick Bork, first draft for Dallas, and Dazzlers of Zach Dean. Silver Skates, Katagoche, Liam Ogren. Oracle, Frank Nazar. Beehive for Chicago. Future Impact, Matthew Kachuk. Isaiah George, Young Guns for the Islanders, and Alex Ovechkin for Washington. All right, Jesper Wallstedt Reflections for Minnesota. Rookie Reflections, Brad Lambert, and Canvas of Sergei Zubov. Oracle of Jet Luchenko for Philadelphia. R2 Heary, Young Guns for Dallas, and Lane Hudson, Pros and Prospects. Silver Skates, Will Smith for San Jose, Austin Matthews Encore, and Nikita Zadorov. Canvas. Jason Robinson Beehive for the Dallas Stars. Will Smith Young Guns for the San Jose Sharks. Dazzlers of Jack Hughes. Logan Stankoven, Reflections for Dallas. Rookie Reflections, Katagoche for Anaheim, and Canvas of Jonathan Marchessault. Silver Skates, Nick Suzuki, Montreal. Nathan Legary, Young Guns for New Jersey, and Giovanni Smith, Outburst for Colorado. Future Impact, Lane Hudson for Montreal, Adam Fantilli Oracle, and Sidney Crosby Beehive. Michkov Dazzlers Pink for Philadelphia, Bradley Nadeau, first draft, and Pros and Prospects, Sidney Crosby for Pittsburgh. Silver Skates, Alex Ovechkin for Washington, Matthew Tkachuk Oracles, and Lane Hudson Encore. We have a trilogy rookie out of $9.99, Frank Nazar for the Chicago Blackhawks. And Juha Jaska, Young Guns for Carolina. Juha Jaska. And Liam Ogren, Pros and Prospects. Silver Skates of Fedor Svechkov, Frank Nazar, Encore for Chicago, and Dougie Hamilton Canvas, New Jersey. Future Impact Jack Hughes for New Jersey, Owen Pickering, first draft Pittsburgh, and Macklin Celebrini, Beehive. Next box. Box number 7. All right, Reflections, Frank Nazar for Chicago. Future Impact of Michkov for Philadelphia. Jake DeBrusk, Canvas for the Vancouver Canucks. Young Gun Clear Cut of Nikita Gravenkin for Toronto. Clear Cut Young Gun. And Justin Ritzkoven, Young Guns for Dallas, and Prospects of Konagiki. Rookie Reflections of Callum Ritchie, Will Smith Encore, Young Guns Canvas of Nathan Legary. Prospects Michkov Gold for Philadelphia, Samuel Helenius, Young Guns for LA, and Dazzlers of Jonathan Lekaramaki. Silver Skates of Seth Jarvis for Carolina, Sebastian Aho Oracles, and Alexander Barkov for Florida. And my sign's falling down again. What is going on? Temporary repairs. Sorry. All right. Jonathan Lekaramaki, Reflections for Vancouver, Logan Stankoven, Future Impact, and Marco Rossi, Minnesota. Silver Skates, Florida, Alexander Barkov, Brett Berard, Young Guns for the Rangers, and Brett Leeson, Outburst for Anaheim. Silver Skates, Jonathan Lekaramaki. I think I've called out his name at least 20 times so far. He seems to be everywhere. Brendan Othman, first draft for the Rangers. Connor McDavid, Beehive for Edmonton. Silver Skates, Leon Draisaitl for Edmonton. Anze Kopitar, Oracle, and Karagoche, Beehive. Trilogy at a $4.99 rookie premiere, level 2 of Sebastian Casa for Detroit. Mitchkov first draft, and Jake Gunsel prospect or pros and prospects. Young Gun Deluxe Sebastian Casa for the Detroit Red Wings at a $2.50. Young Guns of R2 Hiri for Dallas, and Jesper Wallstedt, Minnesota. Rookie Reflections, Mitchkov, Artemi Panarin, Encore, and Brandon Montour Canvas. 5 to go. Reflections, Jesper Wallstedt for Minnesota. Future Impact, Artemi Panarin, Jeremy Swayman Canvas. Black and White Canvas of Owen Power, Nikita Grabenkin. Young Guns for Toronto, and Pros and Prospects, Florida, Sergei Bobrovsky. Rookie Reflections, Brennan Othman, Kirill Kaprizov, and Brant Clark. Beehive Gold, Thatcher Demko for Vancouver, Jonathan Lekkerimäki, and Dazzlers of Rutger McGroarty. Silver Skates of Liam Ogren for Minnesota, Wyatt Johnston Oracles, and Connor McDavid Edmonton. For Utah, Josh Doan Reflections, Zachary Balduke first draft St. Louis, Logan Stankoven Beehive. Silver Skates, Nathan McKinnon for Colorado, Sebastian Casa, Young Guns Detroit, Dougie Hamilton Outburst for New Jersey. Silver Skates of Austin Matthews for Toronto, Jared McCann, Oracles for Seattle, and Jack Hughes Beehive. We have a Playmakers, Nathan McKinnon. Playmakers, Nathan McKinnon for Colorado. Interesting. Sebastian Casa, first draft, and Pros and Prospects of Frank Nazar. Reflections, Logan Stankoven, Future Impact, Mitch Marner, Young Guns Canvas, Mac Sasson. Seamus Casey, Trilogy Rookie at a $9.99 level 1 for New Jersey. Jakub Dobish for Montreal, Alex Ovechkin for Washington. Rookie Reflections, Jet Luchenko, Austin Matthews Beehive, and Elias Lindholm for Boston. Oops. What is it with these base cards today? They're like extra slippery. Either that or I'm extra clumsy. Alright, 4 to go. Macklin Celebrini, Reflections for San Jose. Owen Tippett, Silver Skates. Arbor Jakai for Montreal. Ryan Lomberg, Clear Cut for Calgary. Katagoche first draft. Steven Stamkos encore. Future Impact, Cole Caulfield for Montreal. Philip Forsberg Beehive. Tage Thompson, canvas. Rookie Reflections of Shakir Mukhamadullin for San Jose. Sebastian Casa, Young Guns for Detroit. And Brett Howden, Outburst for Vegas. Quinn Hughes, Encore Gold. Jesper Wallstedt, Minnesota. Dazzlers, Seamus Casey. Rookie Reflections of Samuel Honzik for Calgary. Jack Hughes Oracles. And Pros and Prospects, Connor Bedard. Reflections, Rutger McGroarty for Pittsburgh. Future Impact, Connor Geekie and Linus Ullmark. Canvas for Ottawa. Silver Skates of Jesper Bratt for New Jersey. Oracles of Jonathan Huberdeau. Pros and Prospects, Alexis Lafreniere. Deluxe of Dougie Hamilton at a 250 for New Jersey. Leon Bischel, Young Guns for Dallas, and Leon Bischel Encore for Dallas. Cam Atkinson out of 100. Exclusives Tampa, Brendan Brisson. First draft for Vegas, Sebastian Casa Beehive. Rookie Reflections, Will Smith for San Jose. Pros and Prospects, Dylan Larkin. Samuel Montembeault for Montreal. Silver Skates of Quinn Hughes of Vancouver. Brett Berard, Young Guns for the Rangers. And Clayton Keller, Utah. Good to go. Reflections, Macklin Celebrini for San Jose. Silver Skates, Quinton Byfield. Mackenzie Weegar, canvas for Calgary. Matthew Tkachuk, Oracles for Florida. Liam Ogren, first draft for Minnesota. Cale Makar Beehive. Future Impact, Sebastian Aho for Carolina. Pros and Prospects, Kirill Kaprizov, Minnesota. Young Gun Canvas, Owen Pickering for Pittsburgh. Encore Gold, Katagoche for Anaheim. Bradley Nadeau, first draft. And Dazzlers of Zachary Bolduc. Rookie Reflections of Connor Geekie for Tampa. Alex Ovechkin Oracles. And Pros and Prospects of Fabian Lysell. Silver Skates of Josh Doan for Utah. Michael Milne. Young Guns for Minnesota. Cole Caulfield, Montreal. Encore. Rookie Reflections of Rutger McGroarty for Pittsburgh. Tyson Kozak, Young Guns for Buffalo. And Matt Dumba, Dallas Outburst. Silver Skates, Macklin Celebrini for San Jose. Nick Suzuki Oracles, Pros and Prospects of Mason Reflections, Rutger McGorty for Pittsburgh, Kirill Kaprizov, Future Impact, and Oliver Ekman-Larsson Canvas, Toronto. Red Outburst, Jake Ottinger, numbered out of 25. Nice hit for the Dallas Stars. Red Outburst. Young Guns of Adam Wilsby for Nashville. And Mitch Marner, Encore for Toronto. Aaron Ekblad out of 250 for Florida. Jonathan Lekaramaki, first draft for Vancouver. David Pasternak, Beehive for Boston. Rookie Reflections, Nashville. Fedor Svechkov. Prospects of Cutter Gauthier, Anaheim. Dylan Cousins, Buffalo Canvas. 2 to go. Liam Ogren, Reflections for Minnesota. Rookie Reflection, Zachary Leroux for Nashville. And Matt Duchene, Canvas for Dallas. Jack Hughes, Oracles for New Jersey. Alish Stetska, or Alish Stetska, Young Guns for Seattle. And Elias Pettersson, Pros and Prospects. Silver Skates of Braden Point, Logan Stankoven, Encore, and Canvas of Dustin Wolf. Encore Gold, Sidney Crosby for Pittsburgh, Michael Milne, Young Guns for Minnesota. And Anaheim Dazzlers, Trevor Zegras. Future Impact, Evgeny Malkin for Pittsburgh, Brad Lambert, first draft, and Jesper Volstead, first draft outburst. Reflections, Cutter Gauthier for Anaheim, Silver Skates of Steven Stamkos for Nashville, and Arturi Lehkonen, Canvas for Colorado. Silver Skates of Lucas Raymond for Detroit, William Nylander Oracle, and Thatcher Demko Beehive. Frank Nazar, Future Impact. Macklin Celebrini, first draft for San Jose, and Macklin Celebrini, Pros and Prospects for San Jose. Rookie Reflections, Logan Stankoven for Dallas, Brad Lambert, Oracles for Winnipeg, Victor Hedman Beehive, Tampa. Rookie Premieres of Denton Matachuk out of 9.99. For Columbus, Chase Bradley, Young Guns for Colorado, and Rutger McGorty for Pittsburgh. Deluxe of Brady Shea, for Nashville. Tyson Kozak, Young Guns for Buffalo, and Michkov Encore. Future Impact, Rasmus Dahlin, Denton Matachuk, Beehive, and Canvas of Chandler Stevenson. Final box, 12th and final box. All right, Fedor Svechkov, Reflections for Nashville, Future Impact, Bo Horvat, And Bernie Jeffrion, Montreal Legend Canvas. Sebastian Aho Clear Cuts. Eric Portillo, Young Guns for LA. And Nathan McKinnon, Pros and Prospects. Rookie Reflections of Zachary Balduke, Denton Matichuk, and Tomas Hertl. Olin Zellweger, Reflections for Anaheim. Brad Marchand, Silver Skates. Thomas Harley, Canvas. Rookie Premiere of Fedor Svechkov out of $9.99 for Nashville. Will Smith. Young Guns for San Jose. Brad Marchand Encore. Silver Skates, Jared McCann for Seattle. Brendan Brisson. First draft. And Logan Stankoven for Dallas. Prospects Gold, Will Smith for San Jose. Max Sasson, Young Guns for Vancouver. Dazzler, Steven Stamkos for Nashville. Silver Skates of Josh Morrissey. Olin Pickering. First draft for Pittsburgh. Brett Berard, Young Gun Outburst for the New York Rangers. Nice one, Rangers. Silver Skates of Frank Nazar for Chicago, Nathan McKinnon Oracle, and Alexander Barkov Beehive. Future Impact, David Pastrnak for Boston, Fedor Svechkov, Oracles for Nashville, and Lane Hudson Beehive for Montreal. Connor Brown, Outdoor Variation for the Edmonton Oilers. Alish Stetska, Young Guns for Seattle, and David Pastrnak Boston. And fun pack. Future Impact, Robert Thomas, Will Smith Beehive, and Canvas of Owen Power. Alrighty, a few randoms to do here, so bear with me while I set those up. Alright, so first up we've got Boston, Detroit. This is for the Checklist Deluxe. McAvoy and Sider. Here we go 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that one going to Detroit. Next up is Vancouver and San Jose. This is for the Young Gun Checklist of Lekaramaki and Will Smith. 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Going to the owner of the Vancouver Canucks. Next one, San Jose, Philadelphia. The black and white Young Gun Canvas. San Jose, Philadelphia. 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That one going to the owner of the Philadelphia Flyers. And lastly, McKinnon and Brady Tkachuk. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That one going to Colorado. All right, there we have it. That's break 17248, our 2425 extended 12 box random number 4. Hope you enjoyed it, everyone. Thanks very much.